A very good morning to all. I, Pallavi K of 7th Sem Computer Science and Engineering, feel privileged to welcome you all to the anniversary celebration of National Education Policy NEP 2020. It was an honor to be surrounded by so many special people and to be blessed in the fellowship of this gracious occasion. First and foremost, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to our resource person, Dr. Suresha D., Professor and Head Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Srinivas Institute of Technology, Mangalore. Next, I would like to welcome our beloved Principal, Dr. Srinivasa Mayadi, in his absence, a visionary leader who continuously inspires us with his commitment to excellence in education. I would like to welcome Professor Ganapati Sharma K, Department of AIDS, and also like to welcome Professor Praveen Shenoy, HOD of Aeronautical Engineering and IIC Coordinator in his absence. Next, I would like to welcome all HODs from various departments and also the organizers. A special welcome to all of the students who are present here. Let me take a few minutes to introduce our chief guest, Dr. Suresha D., Professor and Head Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Srinivas Institute of Technology, Mangalore. He completed his foundational education, the SSLC, from Government High School, Tarikere in 1995. He completed his pre-university from DVS Independent College, Shivamogga in 1997. His undergraduate degree, BE in Computer Science and Engineering, was from JNNCE Shivamogga under Kuvempu University, which he completed in 2001. He completed his MTech in Computer Networks from NIE, Mysore, affiliated with Visvesvaraya Technological University in the year 2009. He holds a Doctor of Philosophy from Visvesvaraya Technological University with his research focused on image and video processing, awarded in 2018. Along with a strong academic foundation, Sir is also deeply passionate about research and innovation. His areas of interest include image processing, video processing, pattern recognition, machine learning, computer vision, artificial intelligence, and deep learning. In addition to his impressive academic background, Sir is also actively involved in research and monitoring. He has guided 3 PhD scholars successfully and is currently guiding 5 more research scholars under his supervision. He published 20 plus papers in reputed internal journals, contributed to 4 international book chapters, including Design and Implementation of Image Dehazing Using Histogram Equalization, Springer Lecture Notes 2023, Confidence Analysis of Solo Sign-On Device for Distributed Networks, KGAN, AGN Model for Kannada Language Digital Recognition, Stable Control of Underwater Robot Target Search Springer, ISCOM 2023. Participated in over 30 plus FTPS and conference, actively contributed to sessions on AI, ML, deep learning and research methodologies. He also played a key role in implementary NEP aligned strategies. He also served as NAC coordinator, research coordinator, board of examine and member of various universities. He is recognized as best faculty and best researcher, served as reviewer and additional board member for reputed journal. Delivered numerous expert talks, invited lecture and technical sessions at FTPS, workshops and seminar. Recently, he was nominated as member of Board of Studies in CSE VTU. Now, I would like to call upon Professor Ganapati Sharma K, Department of AIDS, to florally welcome our chief guest. Next, I would like to call upon Harishma KV, Assistant Professor, Department of CSE, to florally welcome Professor Ganapati Sharma K. Now, I humbly invite our esteemed resource person, Dr. Suresha D., to enlighten us with his word of wisdom. Sir, we kindly request you to take the stage.
resolution issue. Good morning. So I hope you now know about what is NEP over there. What is NEP? National Education Policy. Fine. So when it is introduced, so you all there under the NEP. So what we are, when we were doing the graduation, the things were different. So when we learn nowadays. And so now the focus is on the holistic development. Earlier it was not the scenario. So wherein a professional course means only the professional courses will be studied. And if you join for engineering means only after the 4th year completion you used to have the degree. So in between if you leave and all, it was not possible. Fine. So there are many such aspects which were introduced in the NEP. Right, so NEP here in our presentation, so let us talk about the higher education envisions and the perspectives over there. Right. These are the core agenda of my discussion. So first let us see the discussion on the principles and the vision and how that NEP applied on the higher education aspects. Then what are the reforms which were done in the curriculum, that is the courses, and what are the assessment reforms which were done. So in brief, let me discuss these issues over there. Fine, so the NEP 2020, the principles vision, so wherein the focus on the curriculum aspect over that is starting from the school education. From school education till the graduation. Fine, so that is the central government want to have a reform on the education policy over there. That's why this NEP 2020 was drafted. So this NEP 2020 was approved by the Union Cabinet of India on 29th July 2020 to look for many transformative changes in the Indian education system. Fine. So that is one of the, we can call it as one of the major reforms. What happened in the education system? That is the NEP 2020. Fine. So wherein it outlines the vision of the India's new education system and it will lay the foundation for the 21st century of India. The main focus is on the quality aspect over there. That's what I told, the holistic development. Fine, so when he is a graduate, right? So you may heard about the program outcomes over there. So normally I think it is displayed in our, against our staff room. Program outcomes, fine. So there are total 12 program outcomes which were listed over there. So it starts from your engineering knowledge. The last one is a continuous learning. So those 12 aspects, that is every graduate, as per the international standards. So we want all the graduates should have those should be thorough in those 12 skill sets. First will be engineering knowledge, second one is analysis and the design. Then next will be on the applying that one for the identifying the solution for that one. Then next apply the same thing on the complex engineering solutions. Next is on using the tools, how we are familiar with using the tools. That is your modern tool usage. Fine, so now I think you are all very good versed with the ChatGPT over there. That is one of the tools what we can call. Then next will be on the continuous learning. Then next is how you perform in the individual and a team. Project management and finance, ethics, fine, so all these aspects. Right? But if you look at our curriculum, they just focus on the first 3 over there, and the 5th one, we can call it as the tools, what we are using nowadays. And the rest of the things, in the earlier syllabus, the focus was very less. So that is, earlier we used to call it as the output-based education, wherein everything was measured in terms of just the marks, percentage of marks what we score. But now the scenario is different. Fine. So when we, in our experience, so I started my career in 2001. Immediately after my graduation, I started my career in 2001. So till now it is the 24th year of my career. The one who are very good at their academics, they lack in the skill set over there. Fine, so that is those who have a CGPA, in your words, it is a CGPA, what we can, that is your cumulative grade. The cumulative grade of 9 and above, or 9.5 and above, we call it as a very good grade over there. But when it comes to the employment, normally they fail to get recruited in the first company. Because they focus highly on the academic part and they forget about the skill set over there. So which are very much essential in the current scenarios. So now we are working on the outcome-based education over there, not the output-based education. So earlier scenario was different. So even if you take up any government recruitment also nowadays, they will just maintain a cutoff percentage over 75%, 70% and above. Then they will keep one test over the written test, wherein they will assess your skill set. Then the presentation skills, your interviews and all. Right? There is a minimal cutoff percentage they will keep, then the rest will be on the skill set over there. That's what when I came to your classroom I was addressing. The thing is, academics, engineering is not only just the academic part. What the syllabus you are all learning, it was framed in the year 2022, I think, for those who are there in the final year. In 2022, we have the 5G on the top, 4G on the top. Now it is not the 4G we are using 5G even. In coming days, we will have a 6G in our mobiles. The trends are changing. So every day you should keep updated with the current tools and the technologies, or else we will be out of the market. No one will ask us. That's keeping those things in the mind, the NEP 2020 was framed. That is not to focus just on the academic part, that is your syllabus. Along with that one, the skills are also very much important. So keeping that one in the mind, they drafted the new curriculum for the new under the National Education Policy 2020, wherein the focus is on the holistic development, skill-based education. Fine, so many such aspects were introduced. And even in the IIC, you might have heard the word of Kapila over there, Yukti over there. And I told, apply your ideas over there, wherein a lot of funding options are there. But to the budding engineers, those who are there in the undergraduate UG level, there are a lot of funding options are there. You can encash that one. Fine, so that is the government has the scheme under the IIC, we have a lot of such schemes over there. Make use of all such schemes. A small idea can be converted into a prototype that can be applied for a patent. that can be applied for a startup. Like that, many ideas were coming out. Many things are emerging out. One of the professors I was watching, I think, how many of you have the habit of watching the Shark Tank over there? So where the budding entrepreneur will came for marketing their product. So when you observe that one, many of the students are from the IITs and those people, not only IITs, many engineers. They will come with, start with a simple prototype and they will bring a product to the market, wherein most of the things were funded. One of such we have seen from the IIT professor, wherein they got a crore of 10 crores rupees they have funded for that product. Later on, they are building the startup over there. Like that, there are many such funding options are there. You need to look around and you have to engage. For that one, what we need is the skills. Now we need the skill-based education, not only the academics. Not only the academics or the skill-based education. That is a reform, that is the NEP 2020 will talk about that one. That is, we need to have the skill-based education, current trend in the education, what's happening in the technology, you need to be keep updated. So keeping these things in mind, the NEP 2020 was drafted. So that is the revision of the new education system in India. It will start from your school education and the higher education. Even the schools you might have heard. Now earlier days, the school means just we'll go to the school and come. But now we have the labs over there. Have you heard about adult tinkering labs over there? In many of the schools, now we have the labs which were wherein what you are learning now, they are learning in the 8th or the 7th standards over there. The technological aspects. Government is spending a lot of amount towards educating the school children over there, where they start from their primary education. The educating in the technology, it start not in the engineering level. So it will start from their schooling levels over there. That is, the NEP 2020 was drafted, starting from the school education over there. That is, in the school education and the higher education. The overall focus is on the overall the country's education system. Bring about the major reforms in the education in India. So what I told, that is the draft, switch over from your outcome-based education, output-based education to the outcome-based education. Now the college performance is not measured just with the measure of a rank over there. So what we look before taking any admission, how many from that college are placed in which company over there. Not just how many are recruited. So normally we used to look at overall the employers who are coming, recruitment, overall the companies which are coming for a recruitment over there. So we used to have a glance on that one. That is, the measure is not only on the output, not only on the marks. The measure is on the where they are recruited. How many from the college went to the higher education? How many from the college gone for the MS degrees? How many from the college qualified the GATE exams? How many from the college qualified the CAT exams over there? Friends, all these aspects we used to look before making any decisions. Same aspect over here. That is, the focus is not only on just the academic part, we need to have the reforms in the overall development over there. Right? So that is to achieve the 100% youth and the adult literacy. Right? So that is the main focus. Now if you look at the broad umbrella of the engineering education, that is your higher education over there. In higher education, we are there under a small branch of engineering. So adding to that one, there are many other courses will be there. Pharmacy is there. Next is your humanities are there, social sciences, technological aspects, professional aspects, technical education, general sciences and the management sciences over there, right? So all these things, it will be under the broad umbrella of your higher education. The vision of the NEP 2020 is to transform India into an equitable and vibrant knowledge society by providing the high quality education to all and thereby making India a global knowledge superpower. Right? So when we go talk on that aspects over there, so that is if you just look at the IPRs, what we call the patent filing, the research aspects. Even though we have a very good young youth in India, but we fall far below than many of the countries. We stood at, I think, 54th place. So in IPR and the research, even though the population-wise we are first, I can say, in the world, but the IPR filing or the research when you talk on, we fall far low, far below. Fine. So that is, we are not able to convert our findings into the patents or the research. So which was lacking. So that we used to tell that India is a youth power. Now all the, if you take the average age of an Indian, it lies below 30 and all. We used to talk on. But when we go at the research and the findings, the technology and all, so we are all very good at just using the mobiles, not on building the applications for the mobiles. Fine, so that's where we lag on. So that the focus on the NEP 2020 is to have the quality education, so that you will build something over there. The research will be to be developed, entrepreneurship skills are to be developed. Not only we will think that we will be get recruited, so we will recruit the others. That is, many startup schemes has to come. Fine, so keeping all those things in aspects, this NEP 2020 was framed. So that you, and a lot of funds are there under the EDC cell, you can entrepreneurship develop cell. So wherein there is a scope for your startup, all those aspects are covered over there. And next will be on the curriculum and the pedagogy of our institutions must develop among the students a deep sense of respect towards the fundamental duties and the constitutional values, bonding with one's country and the conscious awareness of one's roles and responsibilities in changing the world. Fine. So the next, instill among the learners a deep-rooted pride of being Indian, not only in thought, but also in spirit, intellect, and deeds, as well as to deep knowledge, skills, values, and devotions that support responsible commitment to human rights, sustainable development, living, and global well-being, therefore reflecting a truly a global citizen. Right? So this will be the vision of the NEP 2020. Right? So in the overall aspect, as I told, a holistic, thinking of holistic development, this NEP 2020 was drafted. Now if you go with the NEP 2020 higher education, the main thing if you look on, in case of higher education, the main focus in the technological education, the main focus is on the multidisciplinary education. Fine. So earlier we say a mechanical engineer means only focused on the mechanical aspects over there. A electronics engineer only focus on the hardware aspects over there. A computer science engineer we only focus on the software aspects over there. So that was our old trend. But nowadays it is not like that. So being there at a computer science, one of my, I think one project team came to me. And I told to go with the societal project over there. So where you can think and act. Fine. So what is required for the society? The engineers are not for home. They are built for, they are to be for the society. Right? So when developing a product for the society, you are just, you are not just a software engineer over there. You need to have a team in such a way that there will be an expert in the hardware aspects, an expert in the mechanical aspects, a design aspect, and an expert in the coding aspect. And all three qualities we can't find in a single individual. So what we need to build such teams over there. To build such teams, what we need is the multidisciplinary setup. Fine. So earlier, if you talk on a project team, means what? A team of 4 of your branch, of your class. That too for your classes, if you talk on CS separate, AML separate. That's what we used to focus on. But now the things are not in that way. So we need to have a multidisciplinary setup, wherein a team from the different branches has to club together and they need to come up with a good product at the end. That's what we need. That is the main focus on today's education is on the building the multidisciplinary teams. The same thing happens when you move to the industry. In industry, you won't find only the computer science engineers over there. So what and all it will be there? A guy from the mechanical who is good at your skills, your technology. Even they will be a part of your team. You need to be there in a position to identify their strength and you need to build a product using all the strengths coming together. Right? So that is the main focus, that is on building the multidisciplinary aspects in the cutting edge areas. So now the trend is not just using the C or the Python for the programming. So what we need, now earlier we used to talk about the machine learning first. Previous to that machine learning, we used to write the code so that the object, that is your signal. Let me talk on my research over there. So when I started with my research, it is just my research is on the image enhancement, image and the video enhancement. So wherein my focus is on, the trend was on the high resolution HD TVs if you talk on. So at that time, when I started my research in 2013, so the research was on the technology was HD is coming into your homes. So previous to that one, we used to have the RGD color televisions, it will be used over the tube TVs. How many of you seen the tube TVs over there? Old TVs, big box-like structure it will be there. Fine. Now, does any home have those TVs? Does any homes have your old TV setup over there? Now, then next to that one, the LCD came into market, if you observe. Next to that one, we have the LED in the market. Next to that one, we have the HD smart TVs which came into market nowadays. Fine. So now when you look at the technological aspects over there, so the whole thing, what I used, my photographs. So let me talk on my problem over there. Earlier I used to have a lot of photographs over there. When I project my photograph on my TV, I used to have a blur over there. They are not clear, the HD TVs. So I worked on that one so that same case for my video also. So wherein my research was on clearing that blurriness over there. That is my area, as I told, as they were mentioning, it is on the resolution enhancement. Resolution enhancement over there, right? So now in 2013, the technology was just started. So later on in 2015-16, we used to have a trend of the machine learning over there. So wherein the focus is on, we used to identify the features for identifying any person. Let us go with your face recognition nowadays. Now you have the 100% accuracy in the face recognition, right? So now we are working on the multimodal biometric. So now if you look at your mobile phones, so all your mobile phones will be fitted with the two aspects over there. One will be your front camera, so wherein we can have our face for the password. The other one is your fingerprint for the password over there. So earlier trend was different. What we used to have in the earlier days, we used to have for all the authenticity, we used to have a number locking system was used over there. Later on pattern. Now the things are different. Fine. So that is the technology is changing every day. The technology is changing every day. So that is now when the technologies are changing, we should be in a position to cope up with the technology. Cope up with that technological aspects over there, right? So that is now we don't have a time of just 1 second to wait for any payment over there. If my Google Pay hangs for 1 second, tomorrow I will delete that to Google Pay. I will install the Phone Pay. So if that Phone Pay hangs over there, so that is, if you remember, Paytm is the first one who has started with your UPI. Now how many of you are using Paytm? So if you remember your UPI transactions over there, as I know in the UPI payment, now we used to have the Paytm. Now in your mobile phone, how many of you have the Paytm? You can raise your hand, don't? Fine. 1, then 2, 3, and all the rest. Phone Pay. Then why Phone Pay? Why not the Paytm? It came into the market first. That is to survive in the market. That is to survive ourselves in the market. As the technology change, we should change. That's what that NEP 2020 says. That is, you should develop that skill set over there. So that when the new thing came into market, you should be in a position to learn that one and apply it. You should be in a position to learn that one and you should be in a position to apply that current technology over there. Only then you will be there in the market. Let us assume you are working for a banking sector. So therein they will ask you to each one bank, they want to have their own UPI transaction over there, let us assume. Most of the bank nowadays they are having, but adding to that one with replacing because Google is not in the banking sector. Which bank? For me, I am using the SBI, which is connected with the Google Pay. So instead of that one, if I go with the bank will say that if you use my SBI Pay for the secure transactions. So and if that speed is compatible with my Gmail, that is your Google Pay, then obviously I will go for thinking to my SBI paid. If the security aspects are more. The one thing is we need the speed. The second one is, meantime, we need the security over there. Two aspects, when I talk on the banking aspects. So like that, in the current technology, in the current days, we don't have the time to wait. But earlier days, if you remember your banking applications, there will be a long queue in front of the bank. So later on, just for the withdrawal, they have introduced ATMs. Next, after the ATMs, now everywhere you take single 1.5 liter of milk, no one will pay the cash. Everywhere it is the QR code or the UPI payment, that will be there. Fine. What technology tomorrow it will come, we don't know. But we should be in a position to learn it and apply it. That's what we need. For that one, we need that what I told, pivot 12 if you talk on, it is continuous learning. That is, every graduate should be in a position to apply those current trends, current technology. To apply that one, first we should be in a position to learn that one. That's what your outcome, the last outcome is all about in the PO levels. The same thing has been kept when NEP 2020 was designed. The focus is on developing the multidisciplinary teams and which can address all the technological changes issues. Fine. So that is, if you go to the higher education, the focus is on the quality universities and the college, where a new and forward-looking vision of the India's higher education system was done. Fine. That is, colleges are not just the one where the syllabus is taught. Earlier, it is the only duty. For a teacher, the only duty was, whatever it is there in the syllabus, we need to go and deliver in the class, and our assessment will be done on the result percentage over there. Just the result percentage. If 90% of the students are passed, then the teacher also will get an appraisal over there. That was the trend. But now it is not that one. There is only a 50%, not even the 50%, 25% we can call. Now the thing is, along with the academics, they need to carry out the research. They need to keep on upgrading their skills through learning, even for the teachers. That's why the FDPs will be conducted over there. The faculty development programs will be there. Similar to the U people, what we conduct the trainings over there. In the same type, for the faculties also it's mandatory. They should update themselves. Whatever the technological changes are there, they should learn. Even because to teach, they should learn. So that is the quality of the colleges. That is a new and forward-looking vision of the India's higher education system towards a more holistic and multidisciplinary education. I told, that is, if I talk on our program outcomes, not only the first 4. All graduates should be in a position to address all 12 aspects over there. A holistic growth. That too with the multidisciplinary team. That is, whatever good in them, you should be in a position to extract from all the branches by building a multidisciplinary team. Then optimal learning environments and support for the students. Motivated, energized and capable faculty. Institutional restructuring and consolidation. All keeping all these aspects in the mind, the NEP 2020 was framed for higher education. Even we have a funding for lab setup also. If any of the staff or the college writes a proposal for upgrading their labs, the government will provide the fund. That is, government under NEP 2020 is providing the financial support for all those colleges and the universities which they want, wherever they want to upgrade themselves. They wrote the proposal and all. Fine. Then next will be the equity and the inclusion in higher education. Then next, teacher education, reimagining the vocational education, catalyzing the quality academic research in all fields through a new national research foundation, transform the regulatory system of higher education, effective governance and leadership for the higher education institutions. So that is, the main focus is on quality. Quality of the faculties, quality of the students and the quality of the colleges. So in the earlier days, if you remember, we don't have these university scheme over there. Only 1 or 2 universities will be there. If you talk on for engineering, it is VTO. In 98, the VTU was, came into existence. And till 2015-20, that is the only university for the higher education. So later on, again, when the aspects change, where the curriculum what was designed under VTU, so when they used to publish the syllabus, 4 years, that is every 4 years they used to have the revision, which the government thought that by 4 years the technology will be obsolete. The technology won't be there because 4 years old phone we never use only. In every 2-3 years, for the current technology, we will make a change in the phone. Means what? We need the upgraded technology over there. Right? The same thing is applied to the curriculum. So curriculum means for your syllabus. So in syllabus, if you observe, the syllabus, first 5 subjects will be regarding your course. Computer science means first 5 will be your course. Then the rest, what all the extra things are there in your syllabus? NSS is there, yoga is there, sports is there, that is your physical education. Then UHV is there. What does that UHV stands for? Universal Human Values. Then adding to that one, CIP is there, Constitution of India and Professional Ethics. And why those courses were kept? Do you need them in your engineering life? Do you need yoga while doing the coding? Then why they are kept? Why they are kept? Why yoga is required? Or why sports is required? Why I need to learn Constitution? If I want to learn Constitution, I might have joined BA over there, right? Then why they kept? That is, being an Indian, you should know our Constitution. Not to an extent of teaching others, but we should understand what are all the things which are there in the Constitution. That is what we call the holistic development over there. Fine, so you need to know the society over there. You need to know the health over there. You need to know the health consciousness should be there. Health you need to look on. That's why that physical education has been kept. Fine. So that's why all these courses, earlier these courses were not there. That was lagging. Fine. So that is the earlier education system is focusing just on those technological aspects. What is required, that's it. But as a whole, we need a holistic development. For the sake of that holistic development, this NEP 2020 was drafted. Fine. So that is the main focus. The curriculum is the foundation of education and provides a direction for instruction. And curriculum is the key driver of the entire instructional system, encompassing your teaching, learning, teaching pedagogy, and the assessment subsystems over there. And assessment is an integral part of instructions over there. If you talk on the assessment, earlier we used to have only the IA and the main exam. Now what is the new thing which were introduced over there? Assignment is there. Then presentations will be there. They will take it for your marks over there. Those things are introduced. Why that is required? Because writing is not the only skill. Writing is not the only skill of expressing our knowledge. Even the verbal explanation is also important. And for many of the subjects, projects will be kept. Depending on the project marks, we used to assess that subject over there. Fine? So that is the focus is on the holistic development. That's what the reforms started happening in the curriculum. Fine? So that is whatever new technology comes to the one, it will be given to you people. So that you will be, we can call it as a market ready. So either you can have a startup or an employee, but you need to get yourself updated with the technological aspects of that. Then the innovative and the responsive curriculum over there. Fine. So it is, if you talk on earlier, we just used to teach and used to listen, write the exams. Now we have the flipped classrooms over there, wherein a topic will be given and you need to have brief the topic or present the topic over there. a responsive system has been introduced over there. There is a curriculum with the curriculum framework, talks about the national education, which is an important component in your CCA. It aims to develop the national cohesion, that is cultivate and the instinct for the survival as a nation and instill in our students confidence in our nation's future. The curriculum framework, if you talk on, the 4 pillars will be first will be your access, next will be your equity, next will be your quality, next will be the accountability over there. Fine. So earlier if you talk on, for the presentations and all, we don't have any marks. If I have done any additional course over there, that won't be counted over there. But it is not like that nowadays. So everything is accountable. So everything is accountable. Fine. So that's what I am talking on. That is your multidisciplinary Indian education. The current focus in the NEP is on building your multidisciplinary setup. Fine. The same thing we are starting for the second year students nowadays. Fine. So that is we want to have the multidisciplinary teams. Right. Under the multidisciplinary teams, all these things were connected over there. That is art, dance, pure and applied sciences, theater, education, economics, statistics, sports, language, translation and interpretation, music, philosophy, mathematics, fine. All these things, fine. So that is, as a holistic, we need to have the development. As a holistic, we need to have the development. Fine. So now, along with your curriculum, we need to keep upgraded ourselves with the current industry standards, as I told. Fine. The curriculum aspects, that is, this is on again drafted in 2020, wherein AI was on the full-fledged. Now, along with AI, now we have the deep learning over there. Fine. So now earlier only we used to have the chat GPT over there. If you talk on the AI, next will be your Gen AI, which came into market. Next to the Gen AI, we have the agentic AI. Next to that agentic AI, now we have the generous AI. Fine. So every day the technology is changing. There is keeping on upgrading itself. You need to be ready for it. So in 2020 it was AI. In 2020 when it is drafted AI, now in the AI itself we have the 4 variations over there. Started with basic AI, next Gen AI. Now how many of you are having the chat GPT over there? Using the chat GPT? Almost everyone? Fine. So now that your chat GPT or Meta AI, they use your Gen AI, it is used over there. Next to that Gen AI, now that is almost out. Now we can search the images over there. That is your agentic AI. So next to the agentic AI will be your generous AI. So that is the next will be the generous AI. Right? So that will be your AI. The next will be the robotics. So reducing the human intervention. Now if you look at the war fields over there, you might have seen. In the war fields, now physically going and shooting and all, it is not happening. Now everything will be with the drones. Fine. So everyone want to automate. Starting from your defense field to surgery. Robotic surgery. You might have seen in hospital advertisement and all. Robotic surgery. A accurate one with an high accuracy. So human normally tend to have some subjective assessment over there. But when it is a robotic, whatever predefined things are there, it will do perfectly over there. That is robotic technology. Fine. So the next to that one will be your IoT. Your sensors will play a vital role. Fine. So now earlier we used to have, when I was talking to my team over there, my project team. The trends are changing. Now the walls will tell us when it need to be next painted. So whenever there will be a leakage, they will send me a message. There's a leakage in this wall, kindly paint. Fine. So that is your nanotechnology, what we can talk on. Now we have a smart bricks which will come into market. So wherein the bricks, whenever there will be an humidity factor or water leakage and all, they will send one message. So that I can replay, that is, I can go for the repair over there. Fine, so that will be the next, fine. So that will be your robotic, IoT over there, 3D printing, genetic engineering, quantum physics, now the quantum computations we are using. So instead of just the 0 and the 1, we are using the qubits will be used over there next days. So now we have the binary notation over there, right? So either the 0 or the 1. But we feel that is not sufficient enough. Now we will go with the qubits which is used over there for all the machines nowadays. Now we are planning to go with the quantum computing. That is quantum physics. Right? That is where quantum computing is used over there. Then many other multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary will come into market. So when we talk on the curriculum framework, fine, so that is the current technology, industry needs, we need to upgrade. So we can't say that now I am there in the computer science or the AML, my job is guaranteed, I will be there in the market till my retirement. Those days are gone. So if you want to upgrade yourself with a good skill set, if you want, then on the very next year you won't be there in that company. They will obviously throw you out. Right? So that is every day you need to have that tendency of continuous learning is required over there. Fine. That is emphasis on the development of learning outcomes for the cognitive, psychomotor and the affective domain. And adding to that one, so normally when we talk on, that is your entrepreneurship. It plays a vital role. Fine. So that is what the current industry, they are not sufficient to provide the employment for all. So that's why the focus is on you are building up the entrepreneur, embedding entrepreneur over there. Fine. So that is the embedding the entrepreneurship development for orienting and enhancing the self-employment awareness, which ultimately will enable for the economic independence. Now if you look at the NEP curriculum framework, first one is truth, that is your Satya, what we call as ethics. Fine. The next will be your rightness, fine, that is your dharma, peace, that is what we will, that is everyone should abide to the constitution, fine. So that will be your peace, shanti, love, non-violence, scientific temper, citizenship values, life skills and seva, fine. So these are the complete value-based education. That is adding to your professional education, we want to have this value-based education over there. Fine. So that is, we will not steal the projects done by the others. If we use somebody's work, we need to acknowledge it. If you use somebody's work or continue somebody's work, we need to acknowledge it. Fine. So that is the truth over there. Fine. That is, this value-based education is the current need. The same thing we expect in your exams also over there. Fine. So what we expect in the exams? So whatever you know, you write that one. Don't you bring cheats and all. Fine. Correct. So if you are caught, some punishment will be there. That's a different aspect. But this is what the expectation, where the education system is lagging. So what you are all focusing on? I need to get the output, that's it. By hook or crook. Fine. But what that value-based education says, you should be sincere. You should be sincere. Fine. So that's where that's what that value, the things were lagging. Why that value-based education has been kept. Why that ethics has been kept. Why that ethics has been. Ethics is one of the most important aspects in one of the program outcomes. I think it's PO 8. Fine. So where the students are lagging that one. In any exam, if you go, any internal, lab internal we take, what will be there? If you search at the end, a lot of cheats we will get. And all your lab instructors will come and submit me at the end of the exam. That is, we are failing to achieve that value-based education. Fine. So that's what has been kept in, that's why it has been introduced in the syllabus. A respect to the elders. Respect to the elders. I have seen this one in many buses over there. Even though a senior person or a pregnant lady is standing, but student will not rise and give their seats. Your comfort is very important. That's seva. If you talk on that seva over there, if you are making a travel, I saw this one many a times, not our students, but in all the places where we used to travel. A old fellow will come, a senior one, or a pregnant lady will come. We don't have the courtesy to stand and offer our seats. Fine, so that is lagging. Fine, so that is, we are lagging nowadays. We are lagging in that one. Not only in your aspects we are talking, in general sense I am telling. Fine, that is, these value-based education which we were lagging, that we need to focus on improving that one. First be a human, then you can be anything. Fine. Technology, we are improving the technology, it doesn't mean that we will leave our values and improve. Fine. Along with the values, we have to progress. That's what very much needed. That's what that value-based education talks on. That is the key circle. If you talk on, it will be the truth. I will not copy during the exams. I will write what I know. That's it. Or I will come with good preparation. I will come with good preparation, I will write. Then next will be your conduct, a right conduct, a respect to all. A respect to all. Nowadays in the social media, for every instant, we used to make a comment. For everything, you used to make a comment over there. Fine. You can comment, that's your right, but the conduct should be good. The conduct should be good. That is the conduct. Yesterday I was watching that TV news over there. For some aspects, some have commented in a very wrong way and all. That's not right. Respect others. Your conduct should be good. That is, you should focus on that value-based area. That is, first is the truth. Second will be your conduct. That is, respect to your friends, respect the teachers, respect your juniors, respect the seniors, respect your parents. Whoever the seniors are there, respect them. Fine, so that will be your conduct. Then next will be the peace. Fine, so every day, this is a common. Fine, fighting. Fine, so that is have a peace of mind, have peace. Then next will be the love towards the others, non-violence. Temperament towards the achieving new things, that is the scientific tempers. Value, respect the values. Whatever the government has given the rights to all, that is applicable for all. Respect that one. Respect the citizenship values over there. Then the life, learn the life skills. Let us take for you people. You are a computer science engineer. In 1 or 2 years, you will be graduated. How many of you install the OS on your own? Raise your hand. Then. How many of you install the operating system on your own? How many of you have your own laptop? Many are there. Fine, so it is one of the fundamental skill. Installing the required software. Why you people are not able to do that one? Why you people? It came with your pre-installed first time. Later on, you won't update. For everything you are going to taking to the service center over there. It's not like that. The life skills, that's what the life skills is all about. You should learn whatever the fundamental life skills are required, you have to learn. Fine, swimming is one of the life skill. Fine, so all the basic life skills you need to learn. That is your value-based education. The NEP will talk on the life skills over there. That is, an engineer or a professional doesn't mean that he will just acquire the professional knowledge. Adding to that one, he should have the life skill knowledge also. That's a value-based education you need to have. Then these are the different types of institutions what we can talk on in case of higher educations. That is a college affiliated to university. Fine. That is, if you talk on our college, it is under Srinivas University we are running. Fine. Then next will be the autonomous degree granting colleges. Then next will be your multidisciplinary institutions of higher learning. Next will be on the research intensive or the teaching intensive universities, and the public your higher education institutions. Fine. So these are the current type of institutions what we are using, right? Either we are affiliated. By 2030, the aim of the central government is to have the either a autonomous status or you be a university on your own. Fine. So that is affiliation scheme. Shortly they are going to cancel. Then next on the curriculum systems, if you talk on, that is the Higher Education Commission of India, that is HECI, will only be the body of entire higher education except the medical and the legal education with 4 verticals of umbrella. One will be your NHERC, that is National Higher Education Regulatory Councils, will be a single point of regulatory for higher education. The next NAC, that is National Accreditation Council. Now we have the 2 accreditation bodies. Now one will be your NB and other one is NAC. So now instead of that one, they want to have a single accreditation council was their plan. The next will be your HEGC, that is Higher Education Grant Council for the funding and financing to the higher education. Next GEC, that is the General Education Council for standard setting and framing the graduate attributes for the higher education outcomes. Fine. So that is for your quality framework, these will be the 4 pillars. Then next will be on the curriculum framework, it's already 12, fine. So next will be on the curricular framework. One will be in the flexibility in the curricular framework, fine. So now in the 3rd semester if you talk on, we have some basket scheme which was introduced over there. How many subjects we have displayed in the, how many are there from the 3rd semester? 3rd sem. Raise your hands. What was the basket scheme? Fine, out of which you have opted 2 subjects over there. Which are the subjects you have opted? Full stack and data visualization over there. How many options were there? No, earlier we have given something else, but you come up with some other subject over there. Don't say that we are not given the options over there. Where's your CR, sir? They came with, hey madam, you have not taken the consent of them? You have not taken their consent? You only came and asked for the change. That is, you need to talk to your CRs over there. But we gave that option. If you want to have a change, come with the change, we told. They came with that data visualization and the full stack over there. Fine. What we are talking about, that is the flexibility in the curricular framework. Fine. So earlier the things when we were doing the graduation, it was not like that. A set of syllables are defined. Set of syllables was defined. Hey madam, any doubt is there you can ask, and even for the higher semesters. Instead of basket scheme, you people are given with the professional electives and the open electives over there. Professional and the open electives were given over there, out of which is good for the placement that you might have opted. Fine, so that is the flexibility in the your curricular framework over there. Fine. The next will be we are discussing the holistic and the multidisciplinary education, which was our primary goal. That is adding to your professional knowledge. Adding to your professional knowledge, fine. All they have some confusion over there. All 3rd sem students, you come to my cabin by 2 o'clock with your CR and the class advisor over there. All the students I want in my cabin. Fine. Why that communication gap happened, I want to know. Fine. So let us go with this session. That is your holistic and multidisciplinary education. Fine. The focus is on. Later on, we can have a discussion. Not now. Fine. It's good to have a discussion over there. Always I encourage that one. That is your multidisciplinary system. Fine. So for you people, the options are less. I think for you people, either you can have the team with the AML, that's it. Only these are the two branches what we are running on. CS, you can tie up with AML, or AML, they can tie up with the CS. So in a team, you can have that collaboration is allowed. And you need to make the shortly your project, what is that one, coordinator will come and talk to you all. So wherein you need to make a team now only, that team should be there till your engineering. Fine, so now when you make the team of your comfort, fine, so, and you need to have one competition over here, ISAP, what we call. So wherein you need to present your ideas, and the same thing has to be uploaded under the Yukti portal over there. Fine. So for that one, for the sake of team making, your project coordinator will come and talk to you. Wherein we recommend to have the multidisciplinary setup. So for VTU, we have a lot of options, but under SU, we have the limited, but the option of two branches are there. You can have a team. That is, for the semester, that option we are not given. I hope if you remember, CS means CS team, AML means AML students make the team. But that multidisciplinary teams, we are starting with the third semester now. Fine, so that from the ideas will start from the very third semester, and it will pitch on. Then the next one will be on the changes in the teaching pedagogy, student support, assessment, and the curriculum changes over there. Then next, how many of you heard about this one, academic bank of credits? Fine. Next will be your whatever the credits in the whole idea of NEP when it started. You can have your degrees of 4 years in 4 different colleges. When it was started, that was the idea. First year, whatever you are earning the credits, that will be accumulated in the ABC, that is your academic bank of credit. Next, when you make a change, there the same credits will be continued. That was the whole idea of the credit system, what they thought on. So now, still, but it is still under implementation stage. It is not yet came into a final structure. But in the next days, it will come. The next, the inclusion of the liberal arts in the higher education system. Next, we will be focusing on the Indian knowledge system. I think you have the one subject over there, IQAC. For which semester it is there? For third semester, that is Indian knowledge system. You should know our Indian culture. Fine, so that is one subject is there for that one, that is your Indian knowledge system. Then the education in the regional language. Now some of the states have started with this one, but Karnataka it will start. That is higher education in the regional language. Regional doesn't mean Tulu language and all. They start on the Kannada or Malayalam like that. They want to have the higher education over there. Then next will be your critical and the creative thinking. So the whole thing, all will come of the ethics. That's what your value-based education finds. The focus is on the adding all these things. At the end, we should have the human values over there. That is your value-based education. Adding to that one will be the certification from the, have you heard about Swayam? Fine, so that is your online certification program. That is your acquiring the new set of skills. Full equity to ensure that all students able to write. Integration of the vocal education in the higher education. Fine. Flexible student-centric education. Student-centric doesn't mean that you will bring the cheat and we will allow. Not that one. Student-centric means what? One with a good values, with a good preparation, you should come. Huh? Fine. So thanks to the NEP 20. So this from where we got the materials. Fine. Thank you. Anything you want to ask? Anything you want to ask regarding NEP 2020? A lot of flexibility has been given. Lot of flexibility as the amendment of 2020 says, that is your academic bank of credits, your regional language education, all are under the progress. The framework is under construction for all those aspects, but they are starting with, as I told, for the third semester, they have started with the basket concept. Like that, a lot of flexibility has been given in the curriculum. Even for you people, it is the electives, professional electives, open electives, that concept was there. Fine. But when we were doing our graduation, those elective concept was not there. We used to have the core subjects over there. Adding to that one or two, domain-based subjects we can have. So that was the earlier days of education. Now, along with your professional knowledge, the value-added education has been kept under the NEP 2020. Fine. Anything you want to ask? Shall we wind up? Right. Thank you.
So much, sir, for your valuable insights and inspiring words. Your session has truly added depth and meaning to today's event. As a token of our gratitude and appreciation, I now request Professor Dr. Jitendra K.P.R. Nayak to kindly present a memento to our esteemed resource person, Dr. Suresh Adi. Thank you, sir. Now I request Professor Ganapati Sharma K, Department of AIDS, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks and formally conclude today's session.
Good afternoon. Happy Nagar Panchami to all. It is my honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks at this meaningful occasion, the anniversary celebration of National Education Policy 2020. On behalf of Srinivas Institute of Technology and IIC and IQAC cell, and organizing committee, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to all who have contributed to making this event grand success. First and foremost, the special thanks to our resource person, Dr. Suresh D, HOD, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, and Head of IQAC cell. In spite of his busy schedule, he engaged this session and insightful perspective on NEP 2020. Sir, your valuable knowledge and engaging the session have enriched us and inspired a deeper understanding, and we will continue in it in action. Thank you, sir. A sincere thanks our respected principal, Dr. Srinivas Maya D, Principal Srinivas Institute of Technology, Mangaluru, for his constant and encouragement support, visionary leadership and support. In his absence, I conclude or I'll thank him. We have deeply grateful to our IAC coordinator, Dr. Praveen Shanai, HOD Department of Aeronautical Engineering, Srinivas Institute of Technology, Mangaluru, for being driving force behind this program. Thank you, sir. Our heartfelt thanks to the management for providing platform, resources, freedom to organize such wonderful events and encouraging us. Thank you, management. To all the heads of various departments, faculty members, thank you for your coordination, encouragement, presence, and being backbone of this event. Thank you. A big salute to organizing team, Professor Sudesh and Harishma, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, whose hard work and dedication and reflected your passion and commitment. Thank you both. We also extend our appreciation to the social media team for effectively promoting event, amplifying the reach, helping us to connect with a wider audience. Thank you, social media. To the technical staff, thank you for the managing and arranging the event and doing all the arrangements for the program. Thank you. And last but certainly not the least, a warm thank you to all the students. Your enthusiastic participation and keen interest in the ideas of NEP 2020 are what makes such programs truly meaningful, and we are looking forward to develop and to include this NEP in a curriculum, and you are the future of this NEP 2020. Thank you. Once again, thank you for all efforts and all the supports given by the management. Similarly, directly and indirectly you have supported us. Thank you everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Last but not the least, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you in the audience for your gracious presence, attention and support throughout the event. Your participation truly made this program meaningful and memorable. Thank you.